Greetings fanboys and fangirls, Jared here with another video review from Fanboys Forever. Today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new glow-in-the-dark Buzz Lightyear figure. This is from the new Lightyear film, and I'm really excited about this variant. As we all know, Buzz in the Toy Story films could glow in the dark, so this was a really fun variant for them to do, which so far I have only seen at Target. I don't know if that means it's a Target exclusive. There wasn't anything on it to suggest it was, but you never know. So if you're looking for one, that may be the place to look. As always, before we get started, it would really help if you could like and subscribe right here to the channel. You don't want to miss out on all of the cool action figure content that we have coming in the future. So without further ado, let's get right to it. So looking at Buzz here in the package, it's very obvious to see that he glows in the dark because he's practically glowing already. You can already see that great glow-in-the-dark paint already kind of doing its thing. Buzz is very traditional looking here as he is wearing his purple hood, and we do have the bubble. You can see down here some art from the film. Moving on to the back, we can see that there is a little bit of a bio about the movie itself, and also you can see that it suggests that there is a collection of glow-in-the-dark figures coming. That would include Darby Steele here, which is the little old lady who's a member of their team. I suppose this is going to be one way that you can get that figure apart from the box set, which I reviewed last time here on the channel. Let's go ahead and open Buzz up. All right, and here we have Buzz right out of the packaging. And you can see that he is looking so traditional and just great. I'm really liking just how vivid the glow-in-the-dark green looks right now. Can't wait to see that in action here in a few minutes. Now, one thing that I'll say right away is that he works pretty well as a traditional Buzz Lightyear, but it's definitely, you know, a little more neon than you might expect. We'll go ahead and show you what it looks like with him wearing the dome here. It's kind of a funny look though, because my studio lights make it look like he's wearing big glasses or something, because you can see those two bulbs of the two lights right there. So just know that that is not the way it looks in hand. You can see that those two reflections follow it all the way around. This works really well. It's easy to take off, so just know that that is an option. You can also see that he has his Beetle blaster, I think is what they called it on the packaging here. So that's interesting looking, especially because it's kind of a translucent plastic. You can see that the rest of it is very traditional in terms of what we would expect from Buzz's outfit. You can see all of the cool sculpt detail that Mattel has put into this Lightyear sculpt. This is probably taken from a digital source from the film. It's really very well detailed for a 5.5 inch or so figure. I really do like how straight all the applications are right here. It actually looks a little bit better than some of the other Buzzes that I have gotten. The one thing I will say is you can see a little bit of flesh paint has kind of spilled over at the bottom. However, since this is purple plastic up here and that's flesh tone paint painted onto it, you should be able to clean that up pretty easy below if you're just careful and use a little bit of nail polish remover. Let's go ahead and look at articulation just really quick. So we'll take this out of his hand. You can see that the head does go all the way around. You can actually put it just a little bit up and a little bit down, but it hardly does that. So it's really just more of a left and right motion, I think. On the shoulders, you can bring it up over 90 degrees, so that is really good. You do have a hinge right here at the elbow, which is fairly serviceable. You can get almost 90. You can rotate it at that same point. You can even rotate the wrist right there, but there's no hinges, unfortunately. You can, of course, roll the shoulder all the way around. There's nothing at the diaphragm, but he does have a waist joint. Moving on down, he can do a pretty decent split, actually pretty extreme split right there. So Buzz is very acrobatic. He does a great kick. You can see that he also has a knee joint, and you can even swivel at that point if you wish. You can turn it around. Now there is nothing at the ankles, even though you would think that this little pin right here would indicate some kind of articulation. There's also nothing up here at the thighs in terms of swivel, even though you would think this is some kind of cuff. So it's one of those figures where they've sculpted in points that look like articulation that aren't exactly articulation. Are there some missing details? Yes. You can see that in the actual film there's going to be some purple here. There's all sorts of little other points like down here where they're missing some purple and some green points. There's lots of little things that you could go in and add yourself, but it would make it a little more complicated here since they're using this glow-in-the-dark green. All right, so moment of truth time. Can this thing glow, and how well does it glow? Well, I don't even know yet. I've not checked it, so we'll find out together. So let's go ahead and check it out. So here is Buzz, and right after putting him next to a strong light, you can see that he is definitely glowing There's that great kind of luminescent effect. The one thing is, nothing in the back glows, so you might think it is, but they just painted it to kind of look that way. Also, the boots don't glow down here, and if they do, it's barely doing anything. I'm pretty sure the only things that glow are his gun, which is kind of all that plastic. I don't even think it's paint that causes that to happen, and the front of his armor. So I think that does the job well enough, but it is kind of interesting that the rest of it doesn't actually glow. And here he is with the dome on. And here we have Buzz in a little bit less harsh lighting so that maybe he can glow just a little bit there. We are going to do a slight comparison to some of the other figures in line. Here he is with Mo, here he is with Izzy, and here he is with Darby Steele, as well as Socks. And here he is beside of the traditional kind of uncowled Buzz Lightyear. You can definitely tell what a major difference there is between those shades of green once you see them side by side. It's a world of difference. These guys really do look great together, and I think that the glow-in-the-dark Buzz is just a great complement to the rest of the crew. Being a sucker for the nostalgia of the original Toy Story films, whenever you see Buzz Lightyear's armor start glowing in those movies, it definitely waxed nostalgic for me when I saw this figure out, and I think that's what they're going for. They're hoping to get people like me, and also kids who may be interested in getting just a cool glow-in-the-dark figure. It is a little disappointing that the cuffs around the boots are kind of a faux glow-in-the-dark paint that does not actually glow. It's just painted to look as though it might. Same for some of the other parts of the figure, but at least on the main chest area, that is the most important part to have it glow, as well as the gun there. I would have definitely traded the glow-in-the-dark gun, though, for the rest of the paint, including the back especially, to have been glow-in-the-dark. So that is a little unfortunate, but I'm glad that what's there actually works pretty well. Is it an essential release? Absolutely not. You could definitely just get one of the other Buzz Lightyears from this line and never have to worry about this one. But if you're like me and you just want a fun little nostalgic rush, then pick this guy up for about 10 bucks at a Target. I think you're really going to have a good time. Alright guys, well that will do it for me. I surely hope that you found this review informative and fun. Be sure to subscribe and like the video if you think we deserve it. You don't want to miss out on all the other new videos we have coming up about lots of different toy lines that we cover right here on Fanboys Forever, so we would love to have you. And of course, let me know down below if you want me to cover more of the Lightyear toy line. This seems to be a really fun toy line, and I'm such a sucker for anything Toy Story or Buzz Lightyear related. It was always a character that just lit my imagination up as a kid, so I'm definitely happy to do so. And as always, God bless you and yours, and I'll see you on Fanboys Forever, to infinity and beyond. There's lots of little... Alright, so moment of truth time.